so cool. Is it still the same though? Let's see. So it says stream complete for now. It does say that I have connected. But is it... Let's see, restream. Online, connecting to Twitch. Let's see, edit settings. Did I pick the right channel? I think I picked the right channel. I hope I picked the right channel. Let me relaunch. Untitled broadcast multi-streaming with with Restream.io. Oh, this is really cool. It actually recognizes it. It actually freaking recognizes it. Broadcast alert. Slates insert. Wow, this is really cool. Public view, live chat. All right, preview stream, you're live. All right, so let me see. And stream now. Game dev live stream, untitled broadcast, multi-streaming with. Okay, so can I rename this sucker? Somehow. Start encoder, preview stream, sync to preview player. Okay, view on watch page. That's what I want to do. Okay, so can I edit the title of this thing? Edit video. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got it. We got it. So I am, hold on, can I actually rename the stream on here? Let's see, settings, edit settings. Primary YouTube stream, yeah, okay. So can't really do much there. Switch channels on the fly, that is really cool. All right, let's see. So I want to rename this thing the Game Dev Livestream. And I would like to also have the same stuff that I had here be on Twitch. Here we go. Do I have any tags? No tags. Okay. No bueno. Studio, Game Dev Gaming, Game Dev Video Games, Indie Game. Here we go. Save changes. So this, and save changes there. So this should now be updated. Stream now. View on watch page. Actually, that's what I want to do. No, get back here. View on watch page. Beautiful. And let's see, is there a way to get to the, let's see, manage pop-up toggle timestamp participants manage monitor. Okay, so I can still do the same stuff from over here. Now let's go to twitch.tv and see what's going on there and see if we can set this thing up properly. All right, I got a bunch of messages on Twitch. Prime loot, no, don't care about that. No, don't go to that stream. I don't want to watch it. Come on. Come on. No. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Stop. You're playing Battlefield 3, I think. What do we have here? Notifications. Okay, try new Twitch beta experience. Don't want to miss out. Okay, so it's all like bunch of regular stuff. So let me go to my channel. Let me go to my channel. Let me rename this thing. Edit. So this is gonna be the same title as this other stream. Let's see. The Game Dev Livestream. Game Maker Studio 2. GM Game. Yeah, okay. Night. Game development. Nice. Game development. Game design. Game developers. Game makers something. So Game Maker Studio. Beautiful. Please choose a supported game. Screw you. Okay, fine. So this, I don't think I should have the live stream be live on both YouTube and whatnot. I just need one. All I need is one. Oh man, this is brilliant. I can't believe it's actually working. So what if I go to the YouTube? If we go to YouTube there, Game Dev Livestream. It's weird that the restreaming stuff doesn't really offer the same developer chat, but I think it's I think it's all right. Let me also ask let me ask the people. Let's see, this is live, right? Yes. Beautiful. Oh man, this platform is a godsend. Okay, so what I want to do is I actually want to ask on Reddit, YouTube, YouTube help forum. YouTube help forum. Yes. Product. Oh, that's product help. Oh no. Okay, so this is an actual Google resource. So that's fine. Don't need this. I will watch this later. What happened to the Cyrix processor? Add to watch later. Intel's 18 core. I'll keep that open. Okay. I'll keep the Restream IO open for a moment. And okay. Creator posting guidelines. Okay, new topic. YouTube help forum. As the live stream start counting from 3 hours. No, it's like 2 hours, 59 minutes. Instead of 0 hours, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. every time I start live streaming, the stream counter starts at about 3 hours instead of 0. And post. Okay, I want to discuss, give feedback on a technical issue using youtube.com on desktop. Live streaming, operation system, Windows, browser is Chrome. Okay, and we'll see what the answers to those are like. All right. One thing that I'm probably going to have to do is I'm going to pop out the chat and probably move it over to my little tiny window there. And let's see, can I do the same thing here? Can I pop out the Twitch stream chat? Hide chat. Pop out. Yes, I can. Brilliant. So now that I have both stream chat, I think there's a third platform that what's his face? Louis Rossman streams too. Seems to be pretty popular because he gets like an almost even amount of views or comments in all of them. Also, why does it show that I'm still playing Fallout? That's not what I want to do. Okay, I think the prep is just about done. My comments are out. I'm going to also actually pull up Streamlabs so that whenever somebody does something, I can actually hear it. Okay, Twitch. Yes. This is exciting. This is really exciting. Also, I'm not too fond of the fact that the image is like really washed out. This thing was kind of glued in a pretty shit. Yep, whoopsie, excuse me. Yeah, this thing was kind of glued in a pretty bad manner either way. With like the glue is just a piece of garbage. So I'm gonna quickly adjust the focus because that's different now. Yeah. Here we go. I can't believe how bad the native focus is in this thing. Okay. I think that actually works out. And the camera is slightly moving, so that's all fine and dandy. Now, should I trust YouTube with keeping track? Okay, so YouTube live stream dashboard with Restream.io. Set up events. Service for multi-stream. Man, this is the goddamn age we live in. This is amazing. Here I thought I'd have to set up another computer to stream, but no. The age of streaming. This is insane. Okay, so channel feed, and the panels. Yeah, that should be fine. And yeah, that's it. I can get started. That is it. That's all. that's all, folks. Okay. I think I'll open the restream thing. Keep it on there. I really need my glasses though, because of complications. Okay, here we go. So let's continue with this stuff. And let me pull up some music. Temporary music. Okay. Remove. Soundtracks. What is that one? It's not Strange Events and I'll Be More. It's Bedroom Tales, maybe? No, this is like... No, not that one. Dominion, Dream Temple, Dwellers. Oh, that's the Overseer thing. Earl's Odyssey. It's the Tavern. Hollow Creek Haunted Mansion. I like this track. Okay, so what I really want to do, it's still hot as balls here. On top of that, I got 2 computers running. Why don't you get the major shapes in first? Okay, let's do it a couple of times. That should be okay. Followers following. Blah, 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 blah. I should really get a bunch of like armrests on this thing because I understand the purpose of the rugged surface on the armrests. I do, but it's not very it does not do me justice, or it does not do my elbow justice. I like rest my elbows on there all the time. It is not fun. Alright. So I kind of want to try to use want to use most of this space here. I'm actually not sure if my stream is actually popping out on YouTube. As in, like, this guy is streaming right now. This user is streaming. So let me see if that's working. Oh shit, it is. It's actually working. Okay, nice. Nice. I wonder if I can make the amount of views public. Maybe not. Man, I like this song so much. You just listen to it over and over again. I haven't heard it in a while too. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna be like just a little trolly, and I'll add like a little island here, and just in case these idiots fall. This is supposed to be an ambient level, so you know, I'll put a few training wheels on there. And once again, this is just for the sake of jumping around. Also, it would probably help if my music output fader was not all the way down. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Let's have the players split up a little bit. I think this would be a fun thing to jump around on. I think we can do this. gonna go ahead and just add a bit of thickness to these walls. And obviously, see, let me go to blocks and actually do the collision blocks now. Because as far as I know, I think this is as much of this level that I'm gonna do. Hey, GM Wolf. Was it actually you who said that I should stream to Twitch, by any chance? Somebody on the live stream said that they usually, when they're looking for live streams, they look at Twitch first. So somebody recommended that I try streaming on Twitch now. It wasn't me. Okay. Alright, well, I figured out there's apparently a platform that actually allows you to stream to that platform, and it is going to distribute the stream to Twitch and YouTube. And there's like 15 different there's like 15, 20 different platforms you can stream to, and this utility will just copy your stream onto all of these platforms. It's amazing. Here I thought I would have to set up like a second instance of OBS, and I would have to pump out twice as traffic, but no! The age of streaming, man. Yeah, there's a platform called Restream.io, so it's like super easy to set up too. Yeah, you just stream to that platform. It gives you a key, and then you can link up your YouTube and your Twitch to it. It's like amazing. There's not a lot of things that really impress me, but you know, I figured, you know, it's kind of a given, considering that I did not realize just how popular streaming is. I mean, I know that it's really mainstream, but I didn't think that it already has these tools. That's amazing. Where are my tiles? I'm trying to get this thing done. Like, put something else on. Arctic Islands. Let's listen to the music there. Damn right, it's pretty cool. Blows my mind what these people do. Well, if there's a demand, they're sure as hell gonna fill it up. Or cater to it, I should say. So, yesterday I finished up the last challenge level for the demo, which means that all I have to do now are these ambient levels where, you know, the player gets to once again jump around a bit. And there's only 3 of these levels, and it's all just, you know, funky traversal level designs for the most part. I am gonna have to make a few more tile sets for the office facility interior. So I don't really have a lot of tiles that really suit that area. I have the wall tiles that I can reuse. Like the painted concrete wall tile that I use in the very beginning of the trial course. That's really fun. Another thing is I really have to start using non-tile based objects for decorative purposes. Non-tile based, like, for example, like Super Meat Boy is very flashy And by that I mean like Adobe Flash or Macromedia Flash, because I mean Super Meat Boy was a game that started on Newgrounds, and Newgrounds is popular for, you know, people using a lot of the Flash, or in this case Adobe Animate, since they bought out Flash a long time ago. So the style is very recognizable when you look at it, because it's usually the kind of style that has no pixel edges, right? Vector animation converted to raster animation at a high frame rate. I should probably disable that grid, that hurts my eyes. And I could, when I was going through the levels just to see if I can learn something from the game, all of the art is very smooth. Like, I mean, I see a lot of pixel-based games in Game Maker Studio, and I mean, it could be just me. Maybe I just haven't seen enough of the other type, but I really want to see some games that get away from the pixel thing, because it's very easy to actually fall down that rabbit hole. And the reason, you know, this game is quite pixely is because when I was creating sprites, you know, things like upsampling and interpolation of low resolution images was a new concept to me. So when I saw what the Game Maker Studio was doing, I had to disable interpolation, and thus, you know, the game just kind of started looking very pixely. So I can totally see the benefits. I mean, it's a lot easier and quicker to create a game out of pixel art. But like I see myself falling down this rabbit hole over and over again, where if I need to have decorative stuff, I need to make it into a tile set, and then I get into the frame of 32 by 32 pixels, because that's, you know, where I started with this, and then it just kind of goes down. So I have started getting into decals and layering decals over tiles so that I would break away from that repeated tiled feel, which is like right over here, for example. Like, you can see that I'm using these dirt and scratches and whatnot in order to get away from that tiled feel, you know. And I gotta do this for all the levels too. So yeah, man, still lots of work to be done. But I'm glad that I finally finished building the levels, so to speak. It took me a long ass time too. I'm ashamed to say it took me like a year to finish these levels, because I was just on and off with different projects. Yeah. I'm here to stay now. Now let's see if I can use these tiles to kind of direct the player. They still gotta make like parallax backgrounds for this, and I gotta keep in mind that I'm supposed to be using aerial perspective for these levels, so, you know. Do something like this. Man, so much work. And I kind of, with this game, I kind of screwed myself in a corner with a particular way of like thinking in terms of how I want to develop this game, and it's the fact that I have to explain everything. Like, Super Meat Boy gets away with just the randomest stuff because it's, you know, it's the Newgrounds style, just random, quirky, wacky things. And in my case, you know, I have to explain, why is this chunk of rock floating in the air? Well, I gotta put some more of the cave in the background to explain that it's actually attached to it, right? So I can make wacky stuff, but then I have to explain it. And that's just the kind of story that I have in this game. I just kind of have to explain what's going on. What are you up to? More tutorials? Working on the study material. I took your advice, actually. I started posting the animated GIFs for the live stream announcements. Haven't seen much of an impact, but I think it actually looks a lot better when I post an announcement. Okay. I actually want to see if you can kind of see the camera here. Okay, now the player can kind of easily make their way from over here to over here if they know that that place actually exists. So I'm gonna have to kind of limit that area with some stuff. Can't use invisible walls, gotta explain that shit. Let's see. Tutorials. Not sure what on though. What is something that I'm struggling with? I mean, maybe you could address the question of making non-pixel art games, because, you know, that's, as I said, that's something that I'm not quite sure about. Okay. Oh shit! You actually can't see the thing there. If you jump over. Oh, well, it's there. It's just at the corner. But what else? Networking's pretty straightforward. I don't think I will know what I'm struggling with until I'm actually struggling with it. So, I mean, I was struggling with networking, but, you know, Heartbeast's tutorial pretty much cleared that one up. Well, I wouldn't say it's not the concept of creating vector art. It's the, like, here's the thing. There's a huge problem with it with Flash, and it's the fact that when you go from vector to raster graphics, when you save the Flash animations, like character animations, into images, it converts the vector animation, the vector graphics to raster graphics. So, you know, pixel based. And what happens then, if you're working with small animations, it just screws everything up. It's pixely, it's washed out, anti-aliasing just up the wazoo. It's you know, unusable. So you can't create small assets or small, like 32 by 32 pixel assets in Flash. You have to use Photoshop, or in this case, you know, Pencil 2D, because that's, you know, an open source alternative to that. So, like, what I'm really thinking is, if I were to actually create a game that looks flashy, as in made in Adobe Flash or Adobe Animate, I will have to basically make pretty big sprites. Like, I'm talking about main character sprite would have to be like 320 pixels by 320 pixels, right? The character sprite. So how big are the tile sprites? The tile sprites are going to be also big, probably like 120 by 128 by 128, or even bigger, right? So now you're getting into large tiles, which means that you need to create large rooms to, you know, to fit those tiles. I mean, I'm talking about tiles of like 20,000 pixels by 20,000 pixels, that sort of stuff. And I remember in Game Maker Studio 1.4, for some reason it really chugged along when you used like large images like that. So, you know, but once again, I haven't physically tried making an entire game out of it, you know, it's just my recollection. Okay, so now the exciting process of putting blocks over all of this. The collision blocks. These are vector graphics used. You can, they have no resolution. Yes, until you save them to an image. But does GameMaker Studio support vector graphics for its tiles? Right? I mean, now you're basically throwing out an entire auto-tiler tool if it doesn't support vector graphics, right? That sort of stuff. Like, the auto-tiler makes your life infinitely easier. Like, I did not even know about the existence of auto-tiling until I saw it in the update in the GameMaker Studio 2 tech demo. Like, I did not know how easy it would make my life. I'm still waiting for the random tile brush. Oh man. This kind of work would be a lot easier with a random tile brush, that's for sure. You know, I should really up the resolution of the little monitor that's to my side, because I can't see shit. Hold on. 1 second. Identify. So this is 2. Yes. Okay, go away. Here we go. I need this to be like... maybe like that? Yeah, let's do like this. Just give me a moment. Save changes. Oh, it's still small as shit. Wait, hold on. Did I switch? Yeah, I did switch the right one. What about 800 but 600? Okay. Just a bit. That actually kind of works. It's stretched out to shit, but yeah. I think I can work with this. Yeah, so I know vector graphics for the sprites are supported. But I'm pretty sure if I'm going to be using vector graphics for tiles, there is going to be a huge performance trade-off from what I've read about the vector graphics used in GameMaker Studio. So, you know, you can use that kind of stuff in... You can use that kind of stuff in character animations or, you know, like NPCs and whatnot. Objects, stuff like that. But definitely not your entire game, right? And considering that your entire game pretty much makes up most of the assets you have to model, yeah, you know, it's actually at some point, like, unless you're doing some really funky vector modeling, as in like making a shader that adjusts like wobbly, wonky vector animations, right? Because I'm pretty sure the vector shade, what is it? There's the pixel shader and something else shader. The vector shader, I think. So unless you're making a shader that's going to like distort the points of the vector graphics in a funky way that is very specific to that particular format, there's really no real benefit to using vector graphics. Like, unless I'm talking about perhaps some game where you need to like really scale up, let's say, a level. Like, for example, you make a chunk of rock that's floating in the middle of empty space, and you need to zoom in on that rock, right? And you're talking about a 2D game, so you need to zoom in on that rock, and instead of seeing pixels, you actually want to see like little dots and, you know, detailed environments. So this is basically where you would probably, as you're zooming in, you would up the resolution of the vector file. I'm sure you can do that in code. I've actually seen. I've done that in code, and you know, that's how you get that effect. So it has applications. This music is very fitting to what I'm doing right now. Also, I need to get into a lot more custom assets. Like, for example, this is technically supposed to be like this underground. Hold on, I actually need to kind of go over these tiles for a bit. This is supposed to be this underground chasm that's basically not used by the facility. So I need to put like cranes, rusted bridges, stuff like that in here. Just for the sake of aesthetics. And I can kind of just... adjust that. Hey, I got my first comment on the Twitch chat. Nice. Do you enjoy using GameMaker Studio over 1.4? Oh man, infinitely better. Infinitely better. I still, like, you can still use GameMaker 1.4 for games, like, no problem. It's just that there's so many tools that were remade and redone and redesigned and implemented. Like, the auto tiler alone makes it worth making your game in Studio 1.4. Studio 2, sorry. It is such an improvement. Oh, oops, no, I gotta use the actual tile brush for this. GMS2 biggest baddest features of the tile maps. Hell yeah. What I actually was a little bit confused with the way that they depicted the tiles. Like, when you add a new tile template, when you add a new one, it's like, what switch? And, you know, I actually went ahead into the files of GameMaker Studio and I made a custom map. Basically, all of these sprites, like all these user interface sprites, you can actually find them in GameMaker Studio program. And I've replaced all the dark stuff with the checkerboard that you see in Photoshop. So it basically, when you see a checkerboard in Photoshop, that means transparency. So this is why I would always replace, like, I would just replace it with black, the black with the checkerboard, so I could actually tell white is content. And then over time, it just kind of embedded in my head, white is content, white is content. So creating this or remaking this thing just kind of became a little bit easier. Confusing as hell. It confused the hell out of me first time. Okay. This. Oh shit, it's actually picking it. Oh no, wrong brush. Damn it. Gotta use the actual brush if you want the tiles to come up properly. Actually, interesting enough, you can use the P key in order to sample the tile. The only problem is that it picks the auto tile here, But if I click this one, it doesn't pick the brush. It picks just that one tile. So if I pick this edge one, it's going to paint with the edge one. However, let's see. So if I go to the main tile and pick this, auto tile. This one, not auto tile. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Okay, so we're supposed to kind of want to direct the player using this path here and just kind of lead them up there. Okay, so in here I'm going to have a colossal reintroduction of the background. Something like this. Maybe actually make the thing a bit more extreme like this. Not bad. Oh, come on, get back here. Rotate tiles with the Z key. Really? Is that tiles or brushes? Yes, you can use vector art in GameMaker Studio 1.4 and GameMaker Studio 2. Mostly I can see it being used for main characters or objects, but definitely not for tiles, because well, first of all, I don't think it even supports it. So, oh yeah, now I gotta get back to the fun part. Actually putting the collision blocks. Maybe I should look into the system of doing collision check. Here's the thing. My tiles aren't perfect, like, they're not perfect tiles. If you zoom in, here we have, you know, pixels. Like if I'm going to disable it, you can see uneven pixels. So if I'm using, I don't think a tile-based system is going to work. I think I'm going to have to use like an array-based system. Or somehow just read if the tile is present in a block, then just round the thing to 32 by 32 pixels. I think is that maybe X? Yeah, let me try. Let me see this. X. Whoops. What? What's going on? What? I'm pressing X. There's no X here. Oh, okay, so this is for flipping objects. That's useful, actually. What's the... Okay, so X... Oh, that makes sense. So if you press X, it's going to flip the sprite along the X-axis. Y is flipping the sprite along the Y-axis. That is useful. I gotta say, that is actually pretty useful. It saves me the trouble of just, you know, going into the object and... Motherfucker, can you please pick the up? Thank you. And, you know, double-clicking and waiting for it to respond, going scale -2. That is, like, my pet peeve about GameMaker Studio 1.4. I had to do a lot of that. The saddest part is all of the work, pretty much all of the work I did in GameMaker Studio 1.4 is gone from this project. I had to rewrite the code for compatibility purposes. And for performance purposes, because there was a lot of things I was really doing wrong when it comes to coding in 1.4, so I had to redo that entire bit. Fun. I think I've recreated this game like from ground up 3 times. Like first time it was the graphics overhaul, so I replaced all of the tiles, all of the old tiles. Second time it was the performance overhaul. I had to actually the very first time was when I had to recode the entire game from scratch, because it was just not worth trying to work out what the hell I had in the first project, considering that the first project was written a long time ago. It was just easier for me to code the entire game from scratch, and there wasn't really much to code in it either way. The second time was the tile overhaul. The third time I had to do compatibility stuff. So like I had a lot of code in the draw event that was not supposed to be in the draw event, like calculations. I had like collision checking. I'm like, ugh. And I was wondering, why is my game running so slow? It's, just, you know. So now the draw event is strictly for the draw stuff. And after that, when I switched to Game Maker Studio 2, I realized that I did this stupid thing, and it's like a really beginner mistake. If I go to the sprite, no, don't change the sprite. If I go to the sprite, all of my sprites had the center point set to middle center, which means that everything was offset by 16 pixels. And what I did not realize is that I could not offset the tile layer in Game Maker Studio 1.4. So all of my tiles were not aligned with all of my objects that were also 32 by 32 pixels. And then I had to redo all of the tiling for this game twice. So the worst lessons have been learned the hard way. Absolutely terrible. Also, I removed the lens from my webcam because I think it was washing out the image a little bit. I'll do an actual mod of the webcam at some point with proper tools and whatnot. So, Pixel Layer Bob, what are you up to? You working on anything? Okay, so... Wow, I can't believe I've actually done most of that. Just need to do this part. I think Pixel Bob left the building. Well, I can't wait to try this level out. Whoops, don't want to do that. I also kind of need to put a okay, so I could leave this thing open, but I know that the players will wonder, hey, am I gonna go there? And as soon as they do, they will die, and I can totally see people using it as a troll tool. Okay, this is the soundtrack to our Minecraft server. There's an area called the Witch's Den, which is basically the place we've built as where like all the witches and citizens and whatnot hang out. This is supposed to be like a marketplace. We've set up like a shop system there for buying like magic specific things, and I have this music playing there. My personal take on the Nutcracker. Very wacky. Now I understand these areas are not exactly the places where the players would usually be able to visit. Unless they like jump down here actually, so you know. In fact, I should actually limit this area. That would probably be a good idea. Auto Tyler. Oh man. Let's see. Stone Grassy, like. And now that makes a little bit more sense. Actually gonna be a dick and implement this thing here. Oh, can't get too close to the edge, but make sure that the players can't get up there this way. Okay. Almost done. Jesus. Hot. What other popular streaming platforms are there? And Jesus Christ, come on. Done. Beautiful. I should really make another block. The one that doesn't allow. Well, I mean, there is already a block like that. It's this block. Doesn't allow people to jump off of it. Prevents the unnecessary deaths. Okay, I think I've covered all the bases here. Seems like it. Okay, beautiful. So let me try this one out. I should really stop putting this much sugar in my tea too. It's not good. Excuse me. Put honey instead. We have honey. I like honey. I could try that. Apparently brown sugar is a lot less potent than white sugar, because white sugar is processed sugar, but it's still sugar. So, I mean, I can't really use sweeteners because sweeteners are chemicals. Either way, they're not sugar, but they're chemicals. Why is it up to me? You know what's strange? It's the fact that Twitch does not allow you to stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time if you are a partner. So if you become like a partner on Twitch, they don't allow you to stream to two platforms at once. Like they want you to be exclusive Twitch. So I'm not really sure what kind of benefits the Twitch partnership offers you, but they only offer it to people with a lot of subscribers. Or a huge following, I should say. Alright, let's see. Man, when you're gonna play 4 players trying to synchronize your descent so that nobody lags behind, it's gonna be one hell of a task. It's gonna be funny too. It's just like, I thought this was an ambient level. Why is it so hard? Here we go. Oh. Damn, you can actually make that jump. All is good. I like traversing areas like this. Just open. I still gotta put like foliage up here, and I can't reach that. God damn it. God damn it. And I'm dead. Okay. So let's put a little dab down here. Just tiny little. Just that is good. And I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these here. Now let's try this out. Draw a curve or something. There is something it's not that, but it's a really cool concept that I saw on Twitter. Somebody is making a live coding environment for GameMaker Studio. So, or GameMaker Studio 1. Or 2.0, whatever. Basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. You can load sprites without recompiling your game. You can edit the script without recompiling your game. It's like having an advanced debugger. So somebody's working on something like that. I don't remember the name. Hold on a second. I can post a link because I actually asked a question about that, and the developer did answer. So let me see. Oh, I can't see notifications that old. Mentions maybe. Oh, this could be it. Thanks. I had. Come on. Come on. Okay, so you know what it is. Okay, got it. Even the great GM Wolf has whatchamacallit, can be starstruck. It's the kind of things the programmers get giddy about. Ooh, non-compiled programmers. Ooh, start blushing. Alright, let's see if that works now. Okay, this area would actually be great with a parallax background. And dead. Great. And I reached terminal velocity. I don't know if I should really deal with that though. Should probably figure out the problem with it. Oh, thank God. Did I tell you about the story behind the demo? Because this isn't just a collection of levels, there's actually a story mode to this. You know what I just realized? If the players fall down here, there's no way for them to get back up unless they can like do that and then they die. Okay. So let me see if I can kind of get down there. I'm also going to have to, damn it, I'm also going to have to extend the collision mask for once I add the actual heads to the players, because they're supposed to have heads. Oh, come on. You know, when I had my friend over, no, this was a while back. This is actually the first video that we ever made where four players. Son of a bitch, really? Where 4 players were playing this game together. So it's me, Tim, and there's some finicky stuff going on the collision there. So it was me, Tim, and Arya, and a voice actor that I worked with before, since he has a YouTube channel too. So we were trying to play this one level, like one of the earlier levels here. And my friend, like, we can't do it. For some reason, like, one of us just kept dying. So, like, maybe we should start with the tutorial. It's like, okay, well, let's start with the tutorial. So there's this one map from the legacy levels where you have to do a long jump over, and for that you need to hold down the sprint buttons, because there's a slow walk and there's a long walk. And lo and behold, we can't do that either. One of us, and by one of us I mean Arya, can't seem to get the jump right. So I take the controller, I do the jump just fine. I give the controller to him. He can't do it. I'm like, what is going on here? So, like, show me what you're doing. He takes the controller and he doesn't hold down the sprint button. And that was a huge moment of revelation of why test crews are, like, game testers are important. Because this kind of, like, holding down the sprint button has become just second nature to me, that I didn't even consider that you need to teach the player to hold down the sprint button. Same exact thing happened when I was working on the Wayholm project. I failed to explain the mechanic of opening doors. Opening doors. So I had one person do, like a foreign YouTuber, do a video of that game, and I was like, "Ooh, cool! I finally get to see somebody play my game," and he couldn't open doors, and I'm like, "Oh no, he hasn't figured out how to open doors. He's just dead on arrival, because you have to open doors to survive. There's areas you have to constantly check." Let's go ahead and kind of get up there. Oh, I still haven't fixed this thing yet. I'd have to, that's right. I gotta place some stuff here. But if I make it too obvious, they'll actually think that they have to go down there. So I need to make like something like this. And then probably just extend this thing a little bit. Is this? Yeah, okay, it's the auto tiler. Good. Which, I mean, I can kind of reinforce the passage of going up there using the lights. The lighting, so that should actually not be all that much of a problem. I feel like the more I'm working on this game, the longer I'm going to, or the more I'm going to be developing tools that allow me to create the game within the game, instead of using the Game Maker Studio level editor. Oopsie. Alright, here we go. Let's see if this works. Oh, don't reach terminal velocity. And this jump here is really unsatisfying. I gotta add something there. And I missed it. Okay, well, as long as I'm dead, I might as well. So it's this one here. Kind of land over here, so I can probably do that. And do this. I'm gonna have to test out that little pit in there as well. Oh, there we go. It still sucks. But at least you can kind of time that jump there. Oh, barely made it. And of course somebody will make that mistake. They will jump off of there. They'll get too cocky and they'll fall off the thing. Hey, I can actually do this. Nice. And then of course I die. Actually, let me add the code for it. I do want to extend the death thing. The code for the player out of bound death. Just a little bit further than just the very edge. Objects. Player. Here we go. So, step event. It's probably in the end. Yep, there we go. So dead if outside room or dead if outside view. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna do this. One with plus 32, y minus 32, room height plus 32. And I'll do the same thing with the camera view as well. So minus 32 with plus 32 via minus 32 via height plus 32. That ought to do it. Okay, and I know that level is actually working now, so that's fine. Next one. So yeah, I want to place some lamps, like floodlights, up there as in props. Even though the player might not be able to see them, they can still kind of climb up here and just take a look. But that's just the way it is. Maybe some poles, like some electric poles with the lights on them. That would be fun. Okay, so this is trial course ambient 4. Let me go to the next level. Ambient 5. Since this level was pretty vertical, or pretty horizontal, I think I should vary it up, make this one a vertical level. Like 600 by 6,000 by 2,000, or maybe make it like 22,000. There we go. Fun times. So let's make the major blobs right now. Actually, I think it'd be more fun if I just did that and just went nuts with the auto tiler. Yeah. Let's make this pretty small one. Reach the bottom. Kind of like a snake, use up most of that space. That's gonna be a fun climb. Not too big though. What can I do here? Okay, so still have the pit of death. That's kind of important. Make the players be a little bit careful here. This area looks kind of boring. Just a tiny bit. Whoopsie. How about do something like this, and then lead that way. Still have that pit of death. Can't have them jumping around and be carefree all the time. Seems like the pits of death are actually kind of common along the bottom side. So I'm gonna go ahead and just extend this area so that the camera doesn't just look down. Like this. Like this. And I feel like we can add some more play here. These are ambient levels. Maybe even like 9,000. Oof, let's go an even 10. so something like this, and I actually want this area to look like a clearing, like an exit from the cave. In fact, let me add maybe another 1,000 pixels. Maybe like 500 actually. There we go. Just reiterate that travel. Okay, I wouldn't say it's too horrible. Get rid of the grid. Just get rid of some of this evenness. Oopsie. Some funky rock formations. Nice. And now the fun part. Blocks. This part is kind of weird looking. We have a lot of the stuff to traverse. I'll see how it plays out. Yikes. Once again, I should really use the same object on both sides. Instead of just using them in one. Use it on as many surfaces as I can. Damn. Proportional scaling. Man, I have yet to eat breakfast. All I had this morning is like a banana and that tea over there. You know, what I'm really wondering is how come the Restream service is free? Considering that I don't think that it's just as easy as running a machine that will redirect the streams. Because that machine has to download the stream and then upload it to the destination. And it has to upload it an X amount of time. So first of all, that's traffic. And traffic is expensive. Second of all, it's processing power, which is, once again, when you're running a virtual machine, it's also pricey. So I don't see any ads on the website. Let me actually ask these guys. Restream. Okay. Apply. Panic, that's on my end. So they have an even bigger list that you can pay with monthly membership to stream to. And if you want to stream to 2 Twitch channels, you can also do that for a fee. So there we go. Alright. I think that actually does the entire level. Alright. Writing textures. Compressing textures. Oh, shit. It just compiled. Unless it... Yes, okay. It did. So I'm good. Let's see what this works as. Nope. Ah, damn it. Wrong level. Forgot to place this thing in the dev mode. Alright, let's compile again. And I'm out of tea. Alright, so I got about maybe another half hour before I'm going to take a break. Do a few stretches. See what's up. Okay, and then jump into the pit. Oh no. Oh man, what I can do here is I can use my lighting in order to set up the lights that trigger when you get close to them. So they only start up when you get close to them. We're like, oh, what's up there? I want to know. And they get up there and it's like, oh, I can't get up there. There's nothing here. Blah. Fine. And Pit of Death. So that's that. I find that with this type of a game, any uneven surfaces are not quite as fun to traverse as the even ones. Like this is pretty fun because you don't have to like tap the jump button too often. Oh. Again, I'm gonna have to use the lighting in order to direct the player this way. Hey, there we go. Okay, so let's edit the major offenses here. First of all, this kind of stuff pisses me off. Just too many jumps. Players to go through, so go ahead and do that. I'll add a thing here that the players can jump off of and do that, so make the entire experience just a little bit more interesting. Going to add this. Okay, less of that, more of this. This place is too narrow. Feels constraint. That stuff. Okay, let me just quickly go over the objects I just made. So this effectively needs to drop. This needs to go down here. Whoopsie. Damn it. That can go away. This has to be up here. Actually, this one I can extend here. And this one I can extend there. Oh. Get rid of that garbage. In fact, get me the entire thing over here. To be more like that. Get rid of this, get rid of that. Okay, let's give this a go. I don't suppose the GM Wolf is in the house anymore. on hunting other prey. Man, I really need to find my glasses. I don't know where I left them. God damn it. They're somewhere. They're like on this table somewhere. I just don't know where. So this little point is kind of a little bit annoying. Okay, so I'll get rid of this too. Screw that stuff. Get rid of this. Get rid of that and that. Let's give them some more room to play around. That can go and this can go. Uh-oh. For some reason Twitch doesn't like it. What's going on? Come on, here we go. Compile the game and run. Oh shit, forgot to delete that object. That one and that one too. Everything else seems to be in order. Just 20 more minutes before I can grab something to eat. Damn hot weather. Goddamn PCs heating up my room. Sucks. Sucks in so many levels. I guess nobody really likes close quarter levels. Freedom is just much more appealing in the general sense. freedom just seems to be much more appealing. Okay, so I think I have to get rid of all these deceptive... the level doesn't seem linear. It doesn't seem linear in a game that's supposed to feel linear, at least with the trial course. So all these deceptive little crevices are kind of throwing me off, and I'm sure that they're gonna be throwing other people off. So I'm gonna go ahead and patch these up. And cover these up. Make sure that they're nowhere to be seen. Because this really is just a linear level. It has to be. Okay. This stuff here has gotta go. If I had NPCs in there that are stuck or maybe need some help and they have a quest for you or something, sure. I will stick to those levels, but this stuff is just unnecessary. Okay. And as a result, I don't need these. Don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need these. Where else do I have this sort of stuff? I mean, I have this sort of thing going on over here. I'll just patch that up. In fact, I'll just delete these two. Where else? Nowhere else really. Now the path is a bit more linear, a little bit more straightforward. So let's try this one out. Much better. I kind of want to extend this pit a little bit too. Just something like that. totally have a level that's just an infinite loop and use the lights that trigger when you get close to them, but also program in a perk or a tick that makes the light go out if you're away from it for a long time. So they just go around and around in the same circle until they realize that something's up. Okay, I'd say this is a pretty good level. I mean, we can probably go with like a chasm that just goes like straight down this way. That would probably be a bit more memorable than this entire loop-de-loop, but at least this area kind of makes it interesting a little bit. This kind of looks like an alien, like the alien. Okay, so as long as I'm in this level, I'm gonna go ahead and add the tiles. I'm also going to need to edit the lamp sprite for one of the cave lamps. Also add a cave background. Holy shit, I should totally do that. Okay, so I'll add cave parallax background tiled. That one's gonna be a tiled background. At least for this close quarter area, I think just a plain parallax tiled background will actually serve the purpose. So there's the exit, and I want to kind of depreciate the background tiles a little bit right before then, like something like this. Make sure that there's still a little bit of this stuff going on. Like right over here. I'd say this is pretty good. Let's try it out. See what the level looks like. Once again, adding lighting is going to be pretty cool in this area. And I think I'm going to go with the lights that turn on when you get close to them in this particular case. So, let's try it out. Hey, there we go. And here we go. Well, there's a few patches I gotta patch up. A few holes in the background. Don't go there. There's another one over there. Another one over there. Oof. Again, lighting is going to have to be playing a pretty heavy role in directing the player to the right, area. Also, the shadow system needs to be enabled, because that will look infinitely better. And that's the end of the ambient level. The second one. Let's go ahead and... Oh, wait, what? Stop. Save. Thank you. Let's finally do the last ambient level. Here we go. Now the last ambient level is going to end. It's also going to be a pretty big one, so 20,000 by, I'd say, maybe 6,000. And it's going to end by the characters entering the facility. Start with the cliff. They can't really make that jump unless they just free fall. But the whole point is to... Let me actually select this piece. I really want them to get down there. So I'll do this. Beautiful. And I want them to kind of leap over this area. So that'd be a pretty neat thing, and they can kind of traverse it downwards. Should I actually keep the ceiling maybe in the previous level? Like, keep the ceiling. Oh yeah, okay. So never mind. I'm gonna do that actually. So I'm gonna keep the ceiling in this level. Vast ceiling, and I'm gonna end the ceiling in the next level, so like this. I'd say that'll serve the purpose pretty well, and let's make sure that they kind of traverse the side of the mountain carefully. I'm pretty sure even if you're playing co-op, they won't be able to jump over this using the co-op double jump. I'm fairly certain that is the case. So I kind of want them to jump down here, and that means that this thing is going to have a cliff side that won't allow them to just jump over here or just climb back up here, even if they use a double jump. So something like this. I'd say that's pretty good. And now we'll continue off with, let's see, so I want them to make their way out here. And, you know, kind of jump up. You know, not making this area too hard. Like, I need to extend these ridges to make sure they can actually climb up them. Just making sure there's just enough space to make that jump, and then they can just kind of climb up here and make their way there. From there, the jumps continue. You know, just using all of that space there. Once again, the purpose of these levels is to make a vast space that is fun to traverse using the wall jumping mechanic. So this one they'll be about halfway to the level, and I think that would be just about enough jumping around on this thing. What I want to do is I probably want them to like get pretty low. Like, I know they can make that jump over there, that's for sure. And let's see if I can probably do something funky like this. I'm gonna go through this section. Oh man, I should do a couple of these. I could totally have light shining through this area. That would be pretty nice looking. Right now, this is just all about the major blobs. No detail. This is probably the longest ambient level that I've built so far. That is good. We need the players to kind of calm down after the hell we've put them through, and leave some space for the story. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so now that's it. We are getting close. Let's add just a tiny little, well, relatively tiny thing here. And then they'll get their way out of there. And this is where the level ends. I'm trying to put on a different soundtrack for this game. I've been listening to the same thing on the loop for a very long time. Way too long. Okay. So let me actually kind of level this thing out. We'll have something of a cliffside on this end. Now the most important part is that this is the end of the ambient level, so I probably want to use these tiles in order to show that that's what that is. In fact, I probably want to show that even earlier over here. Going to put this entire thing on a layer below the main layer so that I can get the proper tiling occur. Cut that out, and I will plug that onto a new layer, not a mask up there, no. I'll plug that onto the tiles layer. Beautiful. I was kind of afraid that it erased my selection there for a second. Okay, so below main. I have already heard you. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Now, on the main ground, I actually don't need these tiles anymore. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. As a matter matter of fact, it's not this. Actually, yeah, it's not this layer that I want to extend. It's the other one. Okay, so stuff doesn't actually really matter. It's never going to be in the view of the camera either way, so it's fine. I actually want to go ahead and put this layer upstairs. Here we go, like this. This would actually look better. Okay. So this is basically how the entire thing is going to look like. Like it's just taken over the tiles one by one. There we go. I think we could just kind of trail it off here. No one's going to be able to see it that far either way. So we're good. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to quickly take a break and I'll come back with another stream. I think I've done quite a bit in this one. See you in a bit.